It's your boy Heems, and guys, we are back. It's been a while since we've done a reaction video, and what better one than to go ahead and do what's currently going on right now, guys. Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, guys. I've been seeing this stuff. Everybody's been talking about it, but we actually get a chance to actually watch the video, and guys, I'm gonna go ahead and give you my opinion and my thoughts on the whole ordeal. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you like the video, if you like the content. If you want to catch your boys' streams, guys, I stream Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. And full disclosure, this is just my opinion, depending on what I give at the end of this, guys. I am entitled to change my thoughts or feelings, give or take, till more facts come out or as things continue to unfold. If you guys agree or agree to disagree, guys, this is always keep it cool and friendly. And if you would like to voice your opinion or you'd like to leave a comment based off of what you thought on the video and the current situation or my thoughts, by all means, guys, put it down in the comments below. But without further ado, let's do this.
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Oh, Richard.
God
Wow.
damn.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. Wow, dude. It was a G.I. Jane jump. I'm going to, okay? I can go, okay. That was greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
Wow, hey. Okay, so we just sat there and watched the video. Now, there actually have been comments, but we're gonna actually read two parts of what Will had posted later after that. And the first one was actually on his page, and I'm not a big fan, so you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't follow his Instagram, but it says, "Violence in all of its forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expenses are a part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. I would like to apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I'm embarrassed that my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. There is no place for violence in the world of love and kindness." His next response was, "I would also like to apologize to the Academy, the producers of the show, all the attendees, and everyone watching around the world. I would like to apologize to the Williams family and my King Richard family. I deeply regret that my behavior has stained what has been an otherwise gorgeous journey for all of us. I am a work in progress. Sincerely, Will." So, with that being said, well, for one, we're gonna get into the joke. He entangled my fingers and actually just went and tangled his head all the way across dude's head. Like, it was, you could hear, because I'm looking at it, it's like, you almost like you didn't believe it, like, as if, like, how did it happen, or, like, you know, did they fake it, like, you know. But basically, and it actually came out in several other articles, like Chris Rock didn't even know that Jay was suffering from alopecia, which is basically a disease for hair loss. Then again, who knows? That could have been his cover story. My critique, just actually get into the meat of it, because it's kind of hard for me, because basically both of these people are my favorite. Chris Rock, Will Smith. These both are very phenomenal awesome artist, great talent. I always loved Chris Rock's comedies from his very beginning to his movies to Pootie Tang, and several others, and then to watch his stand up even after all that time. You got some people that will say like it's like yeah, but for me, I like to stuff that stimulate. Like you can find humor in it, but like I like how they touch on a lot of things that are going on in our world today. And ironically, a lot of the stuff that he talked about then still touches with a lot of things that goes on today. Same thing with Dave Chappelle and a lot of other talents out there. Will Smith, great actor, great musician, and found a way to blend it all well. And I even went as far as actually getting his book, his autobiography. I even watched the series that was on YouTube for the time being, that led up to eventually him releasing the book. It's a very slippery slope when it comes to jokes because on one hand you got people that are saying, it's just a joke, but then you also have people that are saying like, well, you can't make fun of people in a disease. You know, it's that for me, it's like the joke was too far. However, I think what was much more worse was how Will reacted to it. And you know, you're gonna have people that said, well, you know, he did what he needed to do, you know, as if he was basically trying to defend her honor. He could have went about that another way. When you hit a status or you hit a certain level of success, you have to move in a way that's only going to further benefit you. You know, you can't just take the street rep, or you can't just sit here and just do everything based off of impulse. You know, ultimately what it was, man, he just basically, for Will, he just basically, he was just a man. He's a man just like everybody else, and it just offended him. But it could have been handled a lot better, like either after the joke, maybe to have walked and approached Chris Rock and been like, you know, hey, even Jada Pinkett could have joined back there and been like, you know, hey, not cool. Can you kind of either follow up with something else, or you know, just hey, let it go. And you know, Jada, from some of the comments, she was like, you know, she didn't really seem fazed by it. But what it did for Will, it just further, like, you know, just made him look that much more guilty in the situation, because you went as far as even like going to apologize and say, you know, what I did. And mind you, in all the years that Will has done, you know, his acting, and by all means, like, great stuff. Like, this dude's put out gold over the years and continues that. You know, he is kicking serious butt, and yet he never got an Oscar up until now. And you watching him, he's getting emotional. You know, he's he did it, and it's just like, just as quickly, or just as how much hard work and time and effort it took to finally get to that point, how quickly you can lose that kind of thing. And it's even as far as like the academies and everybody, you know, basically trying to revoke his stuff and let him know, like, shoot, man, that stuff can be taken down. Hey, Chris Rock, you know you can press charges. That's assault. You know, he should have never hit you like that. And I examined even like Will Smith's life, because like I said, watching the series, everybody hearing about the whole entanglement with like August Alsina, and even stuff that either we've heard of or even things that we don't know. I think a lot of things accumulated in that slap, and I'm not going to just say it's kind of messed up, but it's like a lot of things. It was a lot of rage in that slap. It was a lot of things that went into that. I could even, like, when they did the interview, like, you could see where it seemed like Will was, like, you know, struggling even as they was doing the red table talk about the affair. It's not just the fact of, like, it happening just to them, but it's that the world knows about it. And it's like, you know, it's the input, you know, y'all should divorce, y'all should do this, memes, jokes. And now the very thing, they even had a petition one time in an article where, you know, as if like, hey, we're voting for Will and Jada and all them not to put their business out no more. And that hit hard to home. It's like, damn, so you can't even post anything, because if everybody's so like, they drinking on it, like they don't even want to deal with that. They don't even want to see it. I just really feel like honestly it could have been handled, and I know people may say like, "Well, what would you have done in that situation?" I probably would honestly have just pulled him to the side because ultimately what came out of it is you basically had to apologize to him anyway. Um, this is almost the same thing, or if you want to even go into the same realm, like even like with the whole Terry Crews situation, a lot of people criticize and critique Terry Crews for not defending himself. You know, you had even D.L. Hughley and other people saying stuff like, "Oh, God bless you with these muscles. You should have body slammed. You should have done this." But to anybody that watched that hot box with Mike Tyson, and it made a lot of sense. Biggest dude, he could sit there and squash anybody. But at what cost? Terry Crews has a wife, he has kids. He is his brand. The moment he touches someone on that level of that higher of a status than him, like Terry Crews is rich. The dude that was wealthy. All it takes is one bad move and you're blacklisted. You're done. You can never even remotely get close to what you could be to that status, that level to make that kind of income. And you got people just sitting there. And the ironic thing that I feel about that is you have a lot of people with opinions, but here's the sad thing. A lot of those people that said that he should have slapped, he should have did this. If Terry Crews would have done it and had went to jail, what are the odds that any of those people would have bailed him out? How many people was going to put a GoFundMe to get Terry Crews out? And even saying that after all the GoFundMe, even if they do it, will it be enough to get him out? Will it be enough to keep him out unless they decide to go to a retrial? Maybe he decides to press further charges. You know, a lot of those things are not factored in. If you want to take it even to a lower level, it's like working at a job. You know, it's days and times where you're going to run into, you know, either customers that you're dealing with. But I think sometimes what's worse than customers at a job is your own coworkers. It's people that, you know, you may see. I've experienced that throughout my years of working where, you know, people don't like you from the door. People want to give you a hard time. You stand up for yourself. You do one thing, then they want to make it difficult for another area, and it just goes on. And I can either do one or two things. I can either just react to every single situation that comes my way, or do I pick my battles and try to do this? Do I let it go? You're going to have people that may say, like, oh, well, you know, you're passive, you're soft, or this. But it's like I'm trying to look at the long-term goal, my long-term. What is the long-term result out of all this? You know, on one hand, for the very brief moment, hey, you that person that don't take no stuff, you know, everybody. But at the same time, you lose a job, you go to jail, you're on probation, whatever is the outcome for it. You know, now you got to deal with all that. And coming back to the whole Will thing, this is just the beginning. Hopefully they can settle it. Hopefully Chris Rock can, you know, be a good sport. Because even saying that Chris Rock handled that professionally. Because I was even watching his position, it was like he shifted, but then he just sat there and he just, and it still worked for him. And he just ended it professionally. He still did the bit. He did everything. And just hopefully that he don't, you know, try to press charges. You even had Jaden saying, this is what we do. Not the right choice of, very poor choice of words at this point. So, all in all, my thought is it should have been handled a different way, but ultimately it is what it is. You know, no crying over spilled milk. And with that being said, it just goes to show that we are all human. I think what this should do for a lot of us in society is we tend to idolize and worship a lot of our idols, and we forget that they're human. No different than all of us. You know, they talk about confidence, they talk about self-help, and how you can boost your self-esteem, but everybody has their breaking point, and he had his. And the only thing that he can hope for is that this doesn't, put him in a bad position where this dude is just pretty much just blacklisted throughout, the entire industry. So guys, what are your thoughts on the situation? What would you have done? How do you feel about it all in all? Do you guys like the bit? Can we agree to disagree? As always, guys, like I said, to everybody, guys, this is just strictly my opinion. This does not make it the valid truth. This is just me expressing from based off of what I saw. And as time goes on, the facts, as they continue to come up, my stance may still be the same on it. It may change as things go on, just like everybody else's. But definitely let me know in your comments, guys, what do you guys think? What do you feel about the situation? And definitely be on the lookout, guys, for more content as we will have more streams coming your guys' way. To everybody, this is your boy, Heen. will see you guys soon with another one. To everybody out there, peace. Till the next video.